All right. Going on to week 3 of college, week 2 of NFL. Got a couple games going on here in about max. What I think college starts in maybe 15 minutes or something. NFL will start rolling in.
Not 15 minutes, more like 45 minutes. Both games are at 6:30 tonight, but people aren't watching those tonight, if we're being honest.
Gotcha, gotcha. All right, cool. We'll start off with underdogs, just to remind both of us the records. You are 3-7. I am 6-4.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking to come back 5-0 this week. Gonna
This
be
is
a
not.
tough week,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and I'm
Not
just looking to improve.
not a lot of good games this weekend, if we're gonna be honest. Uh, but hey, who knows? Might turn out to be special. We'll see. It'll depend if it's special if I go 5-0 or not, or go 0-5. Um, but yeah.
All right, let's get into it. Any games pop out to you right now that you're kind of looking at?
Um, there's one tonight. I said it's not. There's no good games tonight, but Arizona State, Texas State. Um, that's probably interesting. Well, that's gonna be interesting tonight. UNLV Kansas on Friday. The two Friday games are gonna be interesting. Um,
Hmm.
but Saturday it's like I don't see any top 25 matchups. The only ones on Friday.
Um, the Boston College, Missouri, I think is the only one.
Oh yeah, Boston College just snuck in. Dang. You know it's a bad weekend when that's your best top 25 matchup. Where's game day gonna be?
Game day, I believe, is going to be at LSU, or not LSU, South Carolina. The
Mm-hmm.
the South Carolina LSU game.
Uh,
Which honestly, that's not a bad pick out of them all. I don't think
mm-hmm.
it's
I
either
wonder,
there or Missouri.
yeah, I wonder why Missouri's starting at 11:45 a.m. It's a little weird.
It's
Um,
weird. On SEC Network too. It's not
yeah,
like they're on like a mm, big, big game prime
they're
time channel. You know what I mean?
they're disrespecting Missouri. I'd take that personally if I was them. Um,
I don't see any other
I think that's it.
games.
But yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see Bama go up to Wisconsin. Um, I don't remember the last time Bama. This might be their first time ever playing at Wisconsin, for being
I think
honest.
so. I think so.
Um, and then obviously my LSU Tigers at 11 a.m. But besides that, no other game probably I will pay attention to at 11 a.m. BC, Missouri, 11:45. That will be a solid one to tune into. Oregon, Oregon State, a little rivalry action there. 2:30. Tulane, Oklahoma, be a sneaky good game. Your boys play at 2:30. Interested to see how y'all. You got any more updates on who you think's gonna start or no?
No, I think I'm gonna stick with my gut. We can kind of get into that once we start going through the games, but yeah, I
Okay.
think it's gonna be the same. I think Graham is gonna come out and start. I hope Billy shocks me and says that DJ is gonna start for him, especially with Graham coming off of that concussion, not getting full go all week. Um, but yeah, well, I mean, it'll be very interesting to see. They did come out with no depth charts anymore. They're just doing who's available and who's not and who's questionable.
Mm-hmm.
They did say that Eugene Trey Wilson is questionable for Saturday. So if he doesn't play, we're already missing another wide receiver who I thought was pretty good. I can't think of his name right now, but his number's 22. But he's out. I think he had like a big injury during practice.
Hmm.
So he's out, I think, the rest of the year. So if we're not playing Wilson, then I don't know. It's not looking too good for the Gators, but we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. Um, I will say I'm surprised Syracuse is not ranked after
Yeah.
beating GT, but they're probably right
Well,
on the door.
yeah. Isn't what was Georgia Tech ranked? 23rd?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
NIU is
I
ranked. That's funny.
yeah, I think that's who snuck up and beat them since they beat Notre Dame.
Hate to see it.
But we'll see if Notre Dame can bounce back this week.
They play. They have an
Purdue.
interesting game. Yeah, Purdue. I wonder how Purdue's been looking.
Yeah, I don't know. Tell you, I know the other team in Michigan, Indiana has been looking pretty good, and that is Indiana, the Hoosiers. Just saying, they have.
the
I am
Indi-
shocked that Illinois isn't ranked.
the Indiana Hoosiers. They ain't
Yeah,
played
never
nobody.
thought I would have said that.
They ain't played nobody. They play UCLA though. We'll see.
They are blowing teams out that they should, and that's shocking to me because usually they're not a football school.
I guess yeah, we'll find out when they square up against UCLA this week. Um,
All right. Got any underdogs to start off, or do you want to go through top 25 right now and then we can kind of pick throughout that?
um, let's start underdogs because
Okay.
one of mine is about to play tonight. Um,
Okay.
give me A State over Texas State.
Arizona State.
And you ask, why A State over Texas State? A State beat Mississippi State. So
I
oh,
am actually shocked to see Texas State a favorite in that game.
that's why I was like, I mean, they beat Lamar University, not a good football school. UTSA, they blew out. I know they made noise like either last year or 2 years ago, but A State beat the more notable name,
Yeah.
the 4 wins. So I like A State to come into town to San Marcos and get that dub.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't mind that pick.
you know, I might be stealing your thunder with this one, even though they looked not so good last week. I'm gonna go Arizona over K State. Um, I would have said this would be a high scoring game, but you got two different Arizonas last week and the first week, so I have no clue. But I'm just riding their quarterback and that wide receiver. Think they're gonna make it a point to get him that football, and I don't know if K State can hang with that. It'll come down to which who makes the timely stops on defense.
Yeah. Hopefully that wide receiver gets more than 2 catches for 11 yards.
Yeah, he put up Chris
Especially since
Olave
it's
numbers. Yeah.
yeah, especially if it's at K-State.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I've heard I've heard that K-State is kind of a hard place to play, but I don't know how true that is.
Everybody says that. I y'all might be shocked. The crowd, our audience might be shocked at this next what I'm about to say. I'm not picking South Carolina. I couldn't do that. But I will say, if South Carolina beats us or makes it close, I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked. If if I wasn't an LSU fan, if I was just like a better, trying to make a couple parlays or put some money on an upset, I'd put money on South Carolina beating LSU. If we were playing at LSU, no shot. But at South Carolina, with how South Carolina's looked, LSU is gonna be a fight. I think just as a fan, we're gonna pull away in the fourth probably. But if it's close, all game, wouldn't be shocked.
Well, that leads me into my first underdog, and I will pick South Carolina.
So
Um,
we have a hater. We have a hater. That's what we have.
no, I, uh, I have to pick some underdogs, and as much as I do want you guys to walk in there and beat them, um, South Carolina's been playing some good ball. It's home, like you said. I do think that if it was flipped and it was at LSU, I don't think that they would have a chance. But since it's in Columbia, I think they might be able to squeak out the win. So they're going to be my underdog.
Okay, and you're officially pulling the trigger on that. There's no going back, Aiden. There's no going
Hey,
back.
if I lose it, I lose it. That's fine. I got a comfortable league. I can take some risks.
Hmm. Hey, I appreciate you risking it for the biscuit. I really do. This next pick that I'm gonna make is I probably shouldn't make this pick, but for the meme and kicks and giggles, give me Memphis over Florida State. Give me Memphis over Florida State. If Florida State loses this game, what's his name? Norvell.
Yeah.
He's getting fired,
Yeah.
and I would never wish that upon anyone, but that'd be kind of funny.
Yeah. Going from undefeated season to
Starting the
no
year
win
3.
season, 0-3.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be shocked if Florida State responds, gets this dub, pushes the like all the criticism off another week. But that's a team that's been shell shocked, and I don't know if they can recover. So I'm gonna just go Memphis, play it safe. Um, so that's 3 picks for me. You made 1 pick.
Yep.
Give me Miami, Ohio. I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna try it again. They're at home against Cincinnati. Line's only 4. We're gonna try it again. They were close, 13-6 in Northwestern, shown they can play some good defense. Cincinnati, haven't heard much. I mean, they beat Towson 38-20, Pitt 28-27, or they lost to Pitt 28-27.
They were up that game too.
They were okay. Give me
They
the Red.
were up all game.
Give me the Red Hawks. Yeah, I like that pick. That's number 4, right? I got one more.
Yep. One more.
You know what? I would pick Florida A&M. I'd pick Florida, but I'm gonna let you have that one. I'm gonna let you have that. I already know you're gonna pick them. Give me the infamous Green Wave. Tulane goes to Oklahoma, beats them to avenge their choke at K-State. Or no, they played at home. Their choke at home. They're gonna avenge that choke. Go into Oklahoma and handle business.
That one, I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there, but that is a wild pick. And if you win that, I will be very shocked. But
We did talk about on Tuesday these weighted picks. This would be a weighted pick that would be worth double, in my opinion.
all right, we'll do times 2 on that one.
We're gonna do times 2. How's that gonna work though? Let's chat about this.
Okay, okay.
We if it's a times 2, right? So
How about this? our fifth pick has to be a times two, or one of our five picks has to be a times two moving forward.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I like this.
So then that way we can still stay on track, if you know what I mean. And then we can make it a different category too. So we have right picks, wrong picks, and then we have times two picks.
Okay.
So we can either go like, so say that you get that one and I lose mine.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get a one times two pick. And then say next week I get one, you don't. Then we'd be tied at one times two picks.
Well, how about this?
Hmm.
I like this idea. Caveat. Let's say I go 0 and 4 and I
Hmm.
get this times two pick. Instead of being 1 and 4, I'd be 2 and 4. So like if you get your times two pick right, you just get an additional win.
Okay, so it counts as one win.
It would count as two wins if you win it, but if you lose it, it's just still one loss. Or
Okay.
if since we're gonna do times two, if you lose, it's like let's say I go 4-0, but I get this times two pick wrong, I get an additional loss. So like instead of like just getting all reward, no risk, it's risk and reward. So if I go 0 and 4, get this wrong too, that's 0 and 6. That's gonna sting. Or if I go 4 and 0 and get this right, I go 6 and 0. Man, I'm catching up. So I think we should add it as a win or loss, an extra win or loss based off what we decide.
So times two, but if we get it right, we get one win. If we get it wrong, we get one loss.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
what's the
or
point of, why don't
what?
we do two? If you get it right, you get two wins. And if you get it wrong, you get two
That's what I
losses.
was saying. An additional
Yeah.
win or loss.
Okay, on top of the pick.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yep. Yep. I'm down with that.
Or we could just keep track of her and see makes who gets them right more. I don't know.
We can do both.
We could just keep track and then also it's on the record too.
Yeah.
Ooh, and how about this? Tie break at the end of the season. If we have the same record, or I guess same amount of wins, I mean same record. If we have identical records,
Yep.
tie break is who got more times two
Times two
wins.
picks.
Yeah.
I'm down with it.
Okay. Did we decide on a prize or punishment?
We have not.
Maybe we can leave that up to our audience. What the prize or punishment
24,
should be for the winner or loser.
24 hours in IHOP and Waffle House.
One of us would do a lot better than the other in that challenge. We have to pick something that's equally punishing. Um, one thing I was thinking of, you know, cover your body in peanut butter, go to a dog park.
That's crazy.
One of us would enjoy that more than the other, and we know who we're talking about.
Yeah, you love dogs.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You might actually make that a part of your weekend routine after the season.
Yeah, no, no.
Um, but yeah,
Or something like you have to be a caddy for the other one whenever they go golfing.
mm, that's
No
not a
golfing for the caddy.
that's not a bad one. We'll leave it up to the audience. Y'all let us
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Um,
All right.
yeah,
Now
that's
my picks.
you got four more to go, I guess. Yep.
Yep. Um, you did take my Arizona pick, so I'm not gonna pick that.
It's interesting. We
I
both got the same thing.
Yeah, I would have taken the Arizona State one, but I thought they were favored in that game. But I'm okay with not picking that. I did. I'm not gonna lie. I did think about the UNLV game against Kansas, but since they're gonna be at home, coming off of a tough loss against Illinois, I think they're gonna come out pretty strong. Uh,
We were thinking the same exact thing,
Give me Arkansas State. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that. That'd be
dude.
funny. Let's see here. Who do I want? Give me Oregon State.
Wow. I was looking at that, but I can't believe you're actually pulling the trigger on this. Why? What makes you believe in the Beavers?
I don't know. I don't think Oregon is as good as what everybody thought they were.
Yep.
They don't seem like the same team that they were with Bo Nix. And I'm not saying that anything against their quarterback now, Dylan Gabriel, but he doesn't have that presence that Bo Nix had. It doesn't seem like he's balling out, but like just the team overall just doesn't seem like they're playing to the ability that everybody thought they would. So I don't have that much confidence in them. Where Oregon State, they're walking in there, they have nothing to lose. They're not ranked. They're in the Pac-2, who recently just got some other teams to make it Pac-6,
Yep.
but which we can talk about that later. Uh, but yeah, give me Oregon State.
I
Um,
just want to put it out there. You
mhm.
know, you're talking crap about Dylan Gabriel. I just
I
looked up
said, whoa, whoa, whoa. I
what
wasn't talking crap.
you weren't
I
talking
said
crap, but you were like, he's not Bo Nix.
he's not.
He does have an 84% completion percentage, and a lot of
I
that.
just said, I also said he's balling out. I'm just saying the whole team in general.
But now that I think about it, those could that could be an empty completion percentage. Because if my quarterback's throwing making 84% of his throws, and how many points they scored? 24 points
Um,
and then
yeah,
37 points. That might be some empty completions. Um, it's interesting though. You would think by his stats he'd be lighting it up.
yeah,
Right? I guess he's lighting it up, but they're not scoring points. It's interesting.
it is.
Okay, so you're pulling the trigger on Oregon State. That's kind of
I
crazy.
am. I am. I
Wait,
am gonna. Yep.
let's what I want to dive into this a little bit more.
Okay.
So you're discrediting Oregon. They're not as good, right? Which I agree with. Well, what makes you think Oregon State has enough in the tank that Boise State and Idaho didn't? That's gonna, or you think it's just like that rivalry factor, like Oregon State
Yeah.
believes they're beatable, so they're gonna play like
Yep.
it. Okay.
Well, you gotta also look at it. I mean, it's at Oregon State. It's not at Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
They have the home field advantage. I'm pretty sure the game last year was it pretty close or not? I don't remember. I thought it was
Let's
for
go ahead
some
and
reason.
let's go ahead and look.
Um, but yeah, I think it's just what?
It wasn't close.
Oh no, not even no.
But to be fair, they had DJ or DJ.
DJU.
I don't know if I said that right. So anytime he's quarterbacking a team, they struggle. Um, so they lost 31-7.
Oh, okay.
They were a
Yeah.
solid team. They almost beat Washington, and then they
Washington State did?
what? I'm
Yeah,
talking
you said
Oregon.
in Washington, huh?
They almost beat Washington. Michael Penix Washington.
Yeah, Oregon or Oregon State? I
Oregon
know
State.
Oregon did. Okay, that's what I was asking.
Oregon State lost to Arizona by 3. Washington State by 3. So they had some tough losses besides
Yeah.
Oregon. And they got
Which,
on the bowl game, but no one plays in those. So
right. Well, I know that the coach that was there is not there anymore.
mm,
But I think that Oregon State can pull it off. If Oregon walks in there thinking that they're gonna own it like they did the last two games, like, let's be honest, if they were that good that everybody thought they were, the last two games shouldn't even have been as close as what they were.
hmm
Um, so I think If they keep having that mindset, one of these teams is gonna put it all together and they're gonna slip up and it's gonna hurt them. Uh, I just am picking it that game to be this week.
Yeah.
So
Now I guess follow up. My last follow up, and I'll let you get two more of your picks. If Oregon does lose this game,
yeah.
how do you think that impacts their chances at CFP 12
Sitting at 9, I think it's gonna bump them out for sure.
out of the
Will
top
they be able?
or just out of
No,
top?
out of the top 12.
Okay.
Um, Depending on how they answer, so at next week, not this week, depending on how they play that week, because you also have to think, don't they have Michigan and Ohio State still on their schedule? If that is the case, they have to
They do.
really have a little, yeah, so they have to have a wake-up call and be like, who do they have next? Are you looking at their schedule?
After Oregon State, they got UCLA at UCLA. Then they
So yeah,
home against Michigan State, home against Ohio State, at Purdue, home against Illinois, at Michigan, and Maryland, Wisconsin, Washington.
yeah. So if they respond, say that they do lose this week, if they respond well next week, I think they'll be fine. I think they can maneuver their way back into the top 12 if they beat Ohio State and Michigan. If they split those two, it depends on which one they split. If they beat Michigan, lose Ohio State, I don't think they're getting in the top 12. If they vice versa, I think they will.
Yeah. Okay. I see you. All right. Continue. Continue, kind sir.
Let's see. So South Carolina, Oregon State. I got to pick the Gators. I wasn't going to if you were going to pick them. This game is kind of up in the air for me. As much as I want Florida to win, as I mentioned earlier, if Trey Wilson doesn't play, I'm going to be wishing I didn't pick Florida. But if he does, I think there still is a shot. As I saw last week, they have some nice young talent. Just they didn't play SEC caliber teams. A&M is not a team that you can just sleep on with their defense, especially if you're not playing the best ball.
Mm-hmm.
But it's at the Swamp. It's a 3:30 kickoff. Hopefully they come ready to play. I think the team is aware of what they need to do because the longer the season goes, the harder it gets. There's no really give me game in here. You can kind of say UCF, but if you really think about it, it's also an in-state team. It's going to be another rivalry game, so
Mm-hmm.
you never know who you're going to get there. Um, but I'll say Florida as my third, as my fourth. Um, yeah, some of these might be my time to pick. Oh, be crazy if I pick Kentucky over Georgia.
There's no shot you in your football sense or good common sense you're picking Kentucky.
I'm not. I'm not. Go ahead and give me TCU.
You haven't heard TCU this year yet.
I was thinking about the Colorado State, picking Colorado State. Uh,
I was thinking that too.
I want Colorado to win. I really do. But I don't know. They're kind of looking a little rough right now. If they can pick it up and they can play good ball on both sides, I think they'll be okay, but I think Colorado State's coming with vengeance. They've had a couple interviews with their quarterback and wide receiver, and they're starting to run their mouth a little bit. But I don't know. We'll see. I'll go TCU, and then my times two pick will be um,
Should we also specify a times two pick? Should that be a certain amount of points favored or no? It just has to be one of the upset picks.
It can just be one of the upset picks, but something that we don't really see, like the Tulane Oklahoma. The line is 13, but like it's at Oklahoma. That's the scenario is different, right? Um, let's see. It's kind of hard. Give me North Texas.
North Texas.
North Texas.
Who in the heck are they playing?
Texas Tech.
You must be a Texas Tech hater.
I picked Texas Tech like it was either last week or the week. Yeah, it was last week,
Who they
and they
play?
lost. Washington State.
Where? Oh, I see it. Wow. What do you see in North Texas?
I couldn't pick any other team. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really see any other ones that
You know what I would have respected you to pick?
what.
Honestly, I could see North Texas beating Texas Tech just based off who they played and how bad Texas Tech looked last week and how they almost lost the first week.
Hmm.
I could see it, but I would have respected you a little bit more if you picked BC over Missouri.
See, I was thinking that. I was really thinking that too.
I was
But it's
flirting.
at, huh?
I was flirting with that. I was going back and forth a lot.
My thing is that it's at Missouri. Missouri's got a team that's rolling right now. Boston College went into Florida State and they beat them, but it's not. Florida State and Missouri are two different teams.
They are. You know what my concern is.
Hmm.
Missouri hasn't let up a single point this year.
Yeah.
When that could be indicative on the teams they played. Boston College can play defense. Um, Missouri hasn't been tested yet.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I do believe in the Missouri hype, but at 16-point faves, seems a little disrespectful to me. If I
Yeah.
was the coach, I'd put that up, be like, hey, they don't think you can win this game. I believe you can. So that's why I was tempted on picking it. I think Boston College easily covers that. Easily. Or maybe I'm just hyping up Boston College, but that was it's an interesting one for sure. I won't watch it, but I'll be tuning in. Yeah, I might watch it. Who knows? Depending on how this LSU South Carolina game goes. But okay, I'll see ya. So those are upset picks. Are we gonna get into top 25?
Yep. Yes, sir. All right. First one will be Arizona and Kansas State. which is your underdog pick.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go K-State.
Not surprised.
Yeah, like I said, they're at home. I'm not gonna put all my trust into their quarterback and their wide receiver. If they would have performed a little bit better last week, maybe. But
Mm-hmm.
Kansas State had a unwanted test with Tulane last week.
Wasn't
So,
unlimited. They knew what they were doing when they put Tulane on that schedule. They knew. Tulane's a solid football team. They have been.
oh yeah, yeah, I know.
They knew.
But Bama, Wisconsin.
16, I think, is a little low, for being honest. Um, I'll take Bama to cover that. I might be crapping on Wisconsin. I haven't seen Wisconsin play in a while. But looking at 28-14 win against Western Michigan, 27-13. So two 14-point wins over middling opponents. Yeah. But Bama struggled for most of the USF game, but then pulled out late.
Hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a similar game where they woke up and just step on throats like the old Alabama. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Bama too. I think they cover. Um, I think the first quarter is gonna be a little rough for Bama just to get used to the Big Ten ground and pound. But after that, I think it's gonna be high rolling with them. So I think that wide receiver is a real deal. I think Milrow is starting to get a little better game by game. I like Milrow. I think he's a good quarterback. Um, but yeah, I think they come in and beat Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
OK State versus Tulsa.
OK State covers. Yeah, OK State covers for sure.
I'm also gonna go OK State. What's the spread on? 18 and a half. Mm. I don't know if they cover.
You don't think they win by 3 possessions?
Maybe two.
That's fair.
It's away. They're traveling. I think this is the first travel, like their away game.
I mean,
Uh,
Tulsa's not far from Stillwater.
yeah, but it's still not the same stadium.
I know, but let's. I'm the Golden Hurricanes. I haven't heard they have the craziest stadium in the world. It's an hour drive.
Okay. You took OK State covering. I'll take Tulsa covering. Next, LSU, South Carolina.
I don't know about this one, boys. Uh, I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna just say LSU. I believe in my boys. They're gonna get the dub. Don't know how, uh, but go Tigers. Go Tigers.
That's it.
Tigers.
And then I'll take South Carolina. This is my underdog pick. But like I said, I do hope that I lose that one, and I do hope you guys walk in there and beat them, and then
Why
you
would you
know,
hope that? I'm curious. Why
because
would you hope that?
I'm not a huge fan of South Carolina. I'm not a huge fan of you guys either, but
Exactly. So what do you mean hope?
I just
If anything, you should want South Carolina to beat us. You should hope that.
No, because then if you guys come to the swamp and we beat you guys and you guys are still ranked, that's even better.
We're gonna be ranked.
Well, not if you lose this game.
Even if we lose this game, we'll beat other teams to get ranked. They're not gonna keep LSU unranked if we're what 5-2, 6-2. We put too much
Oh,
blood in this sport to be 6-2 and unranked. Okay,
hmm.
you ain't got nothing to worry about there, buddy.
All right. We'll see.
We will.
Arkansas State, Michigan.
I think Michigan covers.
I got Michigan as well. Let's see. Boston College, Missouri.
Boston College covers. Missouri wins. Now, I'll say Missouri blows out Boston College, which they cover 16 or 17-point plus win.
Hmm.
We might have to start thinking Missouri might give Georgia a good test. I think. I'm not saying Boston College is on the level of Georgia. Don't get my words twisted. I'm just saying they're for real.
Yeah,
Boston College is a solid team, so
they are. But I don't think that they're gonna do what they did at Florida State at Missouri. I think Missouri's gonna beat them. And yeah,
do you think they cover? Do you think
I don't know. 16 is
it's a lot?
it is, especially against Boston College. Because Boston College quarterback he's pretty good too. I'll say Boston College covers.
There we go.
Um, Oregon State.
This is your upset pick, is it?
Yep, I got Oregon State.
I'm surprised you didn't make this your times two pick. Um, I guess you're not as confident as in Oregon State as you think. I'm gonna go Oregon winning. I don't know if they're gonna cover. 16.5 is a lot for a team that's mildly underperformed. I don't know. Maybe this is the wake up call.
Maybe it is.
I'll
We'll
go
have to wait
Oregon
and see.
covering. I'll go Oregon cover. I'm going to Oregon winning. I say they cover. Yeah.
Okay. Ball State, Miami.
36.5 is crazy, but they might do it after Miami covers.
I agree. I think Miami blows them out.
Yeah, Ball State might get lucky to sniff 14 points.
Might get lucky to sniff 10.
I wasn't going to disrespect them that bad, but
Well, I mean, the way that Miami's been playing, I don't know.
I told you they was for real. You ain't want to believe me.
No, you are right. They made me eat my words fast. I didn't think they should have been ranked, and here we are sitting. They're sitting at 10. Now, I will say the only competition that they have played was Florida, and but I that doesn't matter. They still spanked us, so they do deserve to be ranked.
I will
And I
say,
think their ranking is fair.
yeah, I will say though, looking at their schedule now after the first couple of weeks, they don't have much room for error. Only ranked team on their schedule is Louisville,
Hmm.
Florida State, is losing a lot. Georgia Tech was ranked, now they're not. So we'll see if they get ranked. They have serious.
Georgia Tech's always good against ranked teams.
Yeah, I mean Georgia Tech's gonna be a test. Syracuse is gonna be a test. Louisville's a ranked game, so it's like that's only like three teams worth unless Florida State figures it out, but I doubt they will.
Yeah.
Unless V Tech surprisingly gets ranked, it's like they don't have much room for error. If they lose to any of those teams, it's like I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah, okay.
Tulane, Oklahoma. This is your underdog.
Let's go Green Wave.
I'm gonna go Oklahoma. I do not think Oklahoma beats them at Oklahoma.
Oh, it would be hard to beat yourself at Oklahoma.
I mean, Tulane beats Oklahoma at Oklahoma.
I don't know. I think Tulane's gonna be having extra fire to them too. Hurricane Francine come in. You know, it's a lot bigger than football. You know, they're gonna be motivated. If y'all are betting out there, Tulane covers. I'm telling you, they might not win, but they're covering. And if they embarrass me, Tulane's gonna be on my crap list. Colin putting it out there.
Um, all right, Notre Dame, Purdue.
Um, this is gonna be a close game. I think. Uh, Purdue played a bad team, beat them 49-0. Notre Dame's offense is struggling mightily. Averaging what? What's that? 19 and a half points in 2 weeks. They're playing at Purdue. If I'm Purdue, I'm saying this is a winnable game, folks. Um, but I'm going to go Notre Dame.
Oh my! I think even though they've had offensive struggles, I think they start to find something at Purdue. And I think this is the NIU game is a little wake up call for them, and I'm gonna ride them until they prove me wrong. But they have to win out, and they have to win out convincingly to squeak their way back into the top 12. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll see if they can do it, and I think they start with this game here. So I'm gonna go Indy.
Yep.
Um, who's the next? Utah State.
Don't know if Cam Rising's playing, but it shouldn't matter. Utah. Give me the Utes.
Yeah, I agree. I saw something. I don't know if it was true or not, but I don't think he is, and I think that they are, and he might get a eighth year of eligibility. That could be something that is just something that is not true, but I did see something on that on social media.
So, right now, the Desert News says that Cam Rising is unlikely to play, but that was 8 hours ago. And 3 hours ago, there's a report that Wilson's starting, so I guess backup starting, and Rising is expected back next week.
Okay, so what I saw was not true at all.
I mean, they always say potentially come back next week, but it's like they play Oklahoma State, so it's like why risk him getting hurt this game instead
Right,
of, and then he's probably gonna be like 60% against Oklahoma State.
right.
So if he
Huh.
if they suit him up, but they're gonna have to beat Oklahoma State to keep their playoff hopes alive.
Yeah. Ole Miss.
Another blowout.
Who are they playing
22
again?
and a half is not enough.
Wake
I
Forest.
might be disrespecting the Demon Deacons, but I don't think I am. This team's going to put up points.
So you're saying and they cover?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's 22 and a half. It's not like Wake Forest has been lighting it up. They're 1-1 and
Yeah.
they lost. I mean, this
Yep.
team was trying to do quick math here. They're averaging 64 points, and they've given up 3 points all year. I don't know. I mean, they haven't played anybody, but it's like Wake Forest
Still.
is screaming competition to me either.
Yeah. I agree. I think Ole Miss wins
They cover.
handingly.
Fellas, listen. Ole Miss is covering. It's not going to be close. Same with Texas. They just spanked the Roadrunners. Oh, yeah. They're spanking the Roadrunners.
I
For
agree.
sure. For sure.
Is Vandy gonna start out 3-0?
Who's Andy playing?
Georgia State.
Oh, yeah, for sure. When was the last time Vanderbilt started 3-0?
I don't know.
We got to pull up that schedule. Yeah, pull up their schedule. Let's go ahead and go ahead and pull up their schedule.
All right, give me 1 second.
Oh, there we go. Oh, they play Missouri next week. All right. Their undefeated season might fall short, but we might be looking at an early Tavius ×2 pick. I don't know. We'll see.
They might be able to beat Kentucky.
Okay, they're beating Kentucky. I'm putting it out there. I'm telling you right now, they're beating Georgia State. They're beating Kentucky. They're beating Ball State. They're beating Auburn.
They're beating Auburn.
Yeah, Auburn looked bad.
What is that? 6, 6-6.
Well, I didn't. Whoa, I'm just giving
One,
guarantees.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm I'm not saying they're going to lose the other 6 games. I'm just saying guaranteed they're winning 6, plus minus 1 or 2. I wouldn't be surprised now. But yeah, okay. Yeah. Vandy beats Georgia State. I think the next 3 games, ranked teams are pretty. They're gonna be blowouts. Georgia's blowing out Kentucky. If they don't, sirens, red flags, cherries, all of it should be sounding off. Don't know enough about Northern Iowa to know if they're going to be a decent threat for Nebraska, but they should be fine. I mean, I will say their running back has 315 yards in 2 games. I wonder who they played. They ain't played nobody, so okay. But yeah, and Tennessee's spanking Kent State. The Golden Eagles or Golden Flashes are going to get pounded.
Yeah, I agree. I think all three of those teams should win pretty good. Both have Nebraska, Tennessee. Any other games that you see here that you want to talk about? Now that
You
you just said the Vandy game.
you kind of talked about it, but Colorado State. Last year's game was entertaining. This year's, I was thinking about picking Colorado State, like you were saying. But I'm kind of disinterested in Colorado, for being honest. They still got the same problems they did last year. Shadur and Travis are going to be high picks. Hopefully they can stay healthy. But they're not going to do nothing special this year, so I'm kind of off them now. What I saw last week, but yeah, other than that, no real games of interest to be honest. It's a lighter college football week.
What about Indiana and UCLA?
You're big on the Hoosiers for some reason, but
They're scoring more points than I've ever seen them score.
well, it's interesting. They're favored as road warriors.
I, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna
You
have
want
to,
to hop on a quick flight? We could go there for 24 bucks.
I don't think you understand what that means. It's not gonna be a quick $24.
I know.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
So who do you got that game?
I mean, I have not seen or heard of either team, so I just know we play UCLA. So if they, I mean, I have no clue. I'm gonna just go Indiana. Vegas knows what they're talking about this game. I'm gonna do it. And you said apparently you've been watching a lot of Hoosier football, so you said they're good.
No, no. I
So
just know that they've been making some. They've been scoring the football.
you know what? Might as well. Why not?
Yeah, I don't think. Should we do a little basketball school pick?
Ooh, UConn Duke. Give me Duke. UConn's fell off.
Yeah, I think
West
Duke
Virginia,
wins too.
Pittsburgh. I think West Virginia's gonna win.
I'll
Surprise!
take Pitt on that.
You're funny. Um, Pitt has looked bad.
They they came back from a deficit against Cincy.
Did they win?
Yeah.
Let's
Here.
check that. Pull up that. Pull up that. Oh yeah. Never mind. I thought Pitt was a different team. You know what? Yeah, I could see you picking that. Yeah, but I'm gonna just go West Virginia. Shout out Pat McAfee. Um, I still think it's crazy. Missouri in 2 games hasn't let them score. So imagine if they shut out Boston College. That'd be kind of wild.
That would be.
I might have to rethink that Vanderbilt pick. um, yeah, other than that, I ain't got nothing else to say this week. I'm a little
Uh,
nervous for Saturday, but
you and me both.
I mean, we have
I'm
more
gonna,
than you do.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but I would just like a win underneath, one more win underneath our belt before we start getting into like the heavy duty
The meat and
part
potatoes.
of our, yeah.
Yeah.
But all right, cool. Lock picks are in. They're locked in.
Audience, let us know who made the better picks. What y'all agree with, disagree with. Let us know.
Now on to NFL.
Hey,
Game tonight.
got some good games.
What?
We got some good games this weekend for football. Are we
All
gonna
right.
Are we gonna do rapid fire like last week, or is there anything you want to talk about?
I mean, we can talk about them. Who do you got tonight?
Um, Let's go. I'm gonna go upset pick. I'm gonna go Bills. I'm gonna go Bills. Contingent though. Tyreek Hill, have a great game. I got you in most of my fantasy leagues. Have a great game, buddy. I also got James Cook though. Uh, James Cook, big game. Josh Allen, please throw the ball to Dalton Kincaid in the red zone, please. I don't
Do not.
that. Um, but yeah, saw a crazy stat. Bills are like 11-1 against Miami in the last 12 games.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I think I saw something like that. It might have been Josh Allen is like 10-2 against Miami.
yeah. What you
Well,
call it?
well, wait, that doesn't make sense. I don't think he's played them that 12 times. How long has Josh Allen been in the league?
I'm gonna guess 4 years.
Yeah, something like that. But I was hoping you were gonna go Miami because I was also thinking Bills. But just to be different, I'll go Miami. Give me the Dolphins. Give me the Fins.
I lied. Uh, Allen is this is his 7th year.
Oh wow. So that actually makes sense then.
I want to say he didn't start his first year.
Did he?
He did through 10 tuds, 12 picks. Yeah, I don't think he played a full year though. He only had 2,000 yards passing. Okay. But yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think also the Bills figured it out late against Arizona. Well, also Arizona kind of gave it to them, but they figured it out late. And
Yeah.
but yeah, let's go Bills. I mean, you can pick Bills too, Aiden. You ain't got to be different. Or did you pick Bills?
No, I picked Miami.
I guess you want to be different. You gonna be watching the game
Yep,
tonight, or what's up?
I will be.
All right.
I
Ooh,
will be. After we get off of here, I will be making dinner and then watching the game.
yeah. What's on the docket for dinner? Tell the people what you make.
Uh, I'm actually not making it. I'm reheating it. It's leftover sandwich that Courtney had for lunch. So just popping that bad boy in the air fryer and turning the game on.
Just want to put it out there, guys. Arizona State's already failing. 24-yard game fumble. Just want to put that out there. Not a great start to the game, but we will prevail.
A lot of football left.
A lot of football left. We're on pace. But okay.
Saints, Cowboys.
Now this is really what I wanted to talk about today. Um, I've never felt so disrespected in my life, which is funny because I have no connections to the Saints. um, I'm not on. I'm not paid by them. Nothing. But the amount of I touched on this Tuesday, I think. Amount of people that said we were going to lose or it's going to be a close game against Carolina, must win, till we spanked them out the water. They're a bad team. And now, and I agree, Cowboys is a lot better team. And it's going to be a tough game. Amount of people discrediting us. I saw the NFL preview. All 10 analysts, Dallas is winning. A lot of people are picking Dallas this weekend. And I just want people to know the Saints are going to beat Dallas. We're going to beat these Cowgirls. And our offense might not put up 47 points, but we're going to put up points. Dallas can't run the ball. They got Zeke Elliott, who's old, and Rico Dowdle, unproven. So if they're going to pass the ball, we have one of the best passing defenses in the league. I mean, sure, Dallas might. They might get a couple sacks on us. Okay, Mike Parsons is pretty good. DeMarcus Lawrence is good. They had this overshown kid. He's solid. They got a solid defense. I'll give it to them. But we're winning this football game. I'm going to say 27-17. Okay, book it.
27-17 Saints.
27-17, and the amount of disrespect we've been getting, we finna show y'all, okay? And I might be just talking a lot of hot smoke and we get spanked. But I don't think so. From what I've seen from that offense and our ability to run the football with the scheme, despite the personnel that some people might be quick to point out, man, give me my Saints, man. Who that? That's all I gotta say.
All right. I think you guys are figuring it out on the offensive side. I think Derek Carr's starting to settle in over there. I hope this is a high-scoring game, though. I have Alvin Kamara on my team, and I also have Dak Prescott on my fantasy team. So if they can just continue to throw touchdowns and run them in to the end zone, that'd be very beneficial on my end. I think it is going to be a close game, but give me the Cowboys.
I respect that pick. But I also want to put out there when we do beat these Cowgirls, I don't want to hear, the Saints are for real. The Saints are a top 10 team, top five. No. Keep us in the 10 to 20s like y'all have been. I don't want all this praise and, Clint Kubiak's going to be a head coach next. I don't want to hear none of this. Okay? I don't want to hear it. Hop off our back. You're not on it now. Don't hop on it later. But I just want to put that out there. And I don't want to hear nothing from Falcons fans at all. I don't want to hear nothing from Bucks fans at all. Panthers fans, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for y'all. I am. But yeah.
Yeah, did you see that their tickets were like 180?
I saw
$1.80.
I don't know if I believe that, to be honest. I really don't. But yeah, I mean, I feel bad for them. They'll figure it out, though. I will say, I don't think the Panthers are as bad as we made them look. I don't. I just think we played really well. They didn't know what to expect, and we slapped them. I think that's really what happened. Because I was looking last year. They didn't give up. The most points someone scored on them was 42 last year. Well, we put up 47 in the first game. So it's like, and we called the dogs off. We could have ran it up if we wanted to. If Jameis Winston was in there, he would have ran it up. But yeah, just want to put that out there. Sorry I had to vent, guys. Y'all had to listen to my Saints rant. Y'all might think I'm just a crazy Saints fan or delusional, and this may be true. But I believe in my boys. Who dat, baby?
All right. Next is Tampa Bay and Lions.
You want me to go first? Do you want to go first?
I'll go first. Give me Tampa Bay. I think this is kind of no. I was almost saying that this was almost playoffs last year.
It was. It's a rematch.
Was this the same as what it was last year, where they played the Rams and then they played Tampa,
Yeah.
like back to back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think the Rams couldn't pull it off last week, but I do think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers do pull it off this week. I think the Lions are a good team, but I think if they don't hone in on Mike Evans, I think Baker Mayfield as their quarterback again. He's starting to get really comfortable with their offense, and they're starting to get rolling, and their defense is pretty solid. I'm not going to say it's good, but it is solid. Uh, it will be a good test against the Detroit offense. So give me the Bucks.
Yeah, I was gonna pick the Bucks, surprisingly. That might come as a shock to some of y'all, but I'm not going to. Not because I'm a spiteful Saints fan. I'm not going to because of injuries on defense. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. The Bucks looked really good last week Shout out Baker. I think he's finally turned the corner. He's revitalized that career. They're making him look good with the money he got. But I think high scoring game. I think Lions are gonna put up some points. I don't know if Tampa Bay's gonna be able to keep up. I wouldn't be surprised if Tampa Bay won, but I think I think they're gonna cover. But give me Lions to win this game.
You down. Colts Packers. I'll let you go.
Give me Colts. I don't believe it.
Colts.
I haven't seen enough from Malik Willis to give me hope that they're gonna be able to win these next 3 weeks without Jordan Love, maybe even two. Um, Coaches came off of a tough loss. Uh, this game's almost a must-win for the Colts. If you don't beat a team with a backup quarterback, Malik Willis hasn't had a start in a minute. I think you're letting one get away if y'all don't beat this team. And it's just unfortunate for Green Bay to be in this hole early. Um, yeah, give me Colts.
I will also go Colts. I liked a lot of what I saw last week with how they handled Houston. Definitely thought Houston was going to walk up in there and take over, kind of beat them by a lot. But Colts showed a lot of fight, and as long as Anthony Richardson can stay healthy and not put the ball in danger, I think they'll be all right. But going up to the Pack, playing against their backup, they're gonna have to run the ball a lot more. I was pretty pleased with Colts' defense, so I think they can stop the run and then really make Malik Willis throw it. So we'll see. We'll see. Jets, Titans.
You go first.
Give me the Jets. The Titans showed me who they were last week against the Bears. Definitely should have beat the Bears, but defense stepped up for the Bears. Will Levis threw the ball into harm's way a lot. Not the debut that he had whenever he was first came out. I just I think that they might be able to turn it around near the end of the year, but as of right now, if they continue to play the way that they are, they're not going to get very far. Um, so yeah, give me the Jets.
Um, Give me the Titans. I think you brought up some pretty good concerns. Um, but I think it's really a tale of two halves. And Rodgers really struggled last week against a good defense. And I think the Titans' defense is legit. Um, I think Will Levis going through some growing pains, but learned a valuable lesson on how you can quickly lose a game if you start doing some dumb stuff. Um, so I think it's gonna be a close game, but I think I really like the Titans defense, and the Jets didn't show me much last Monday, so give me Titans.
Niners, Vikings. I'm gonna go Niners.
Yeah.
I like the way that they are. They're playing good ball. Backup running back came in and did exactly what he was supposed to do: run the ball hard, run it downhill. That's what he did. Showed out. Brandon Ayuk looked a little rusty. He had one in the end zone that he definitely should have caught. Debo's ready to go. Uh, I'm excited to see Ricky Pearsall get out on that offense. I think he's another weapon that they could utilize, kind of a Cooper Cup kind of situation. Um, Kind of sneak in there whenever they start targeting Brandon Ayuk and Debo, and then start getting Kittle involved, and then just have to worry about another weapon uh, with Ricky. And CMC whenever he comes back. I don't know if he's coming back this week or the following week, but I mean, their team just looks full of weapons, and their defense is it doesn't even look like they skipped a beat. Um, so yeah, give me the Niners.
CMC's limited at practice today. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna go 49ers. It's gonna be a close game. Vikings look solid. Um, I don't know. We hate this conversation, but CMC is a great player. But based off what Jordan Mason did last week, is Jordan Mason better than we think, or is CMC not as good as we think? It's really the system. Um, it's a fair question to ask, but it's interesting. Um, Everyone loves is trying to copy a 49ers run game, so it's working. Teams haven't figured out how to stop it. I think Vikings do a better job than the Jets did. I think this defense is for real. Yeah, I think low scorings. I don't think it's going to get into the 30s at all for either team, but give me the Niners.
Seahawks, Patriots.
I was pleasantly surprised by the Pats last week, but I think Seahawks come into Foxborough and get the dub. Um, yeah.
I agree. I agree. I think I was impressed by the Pats as well, but I do think the Seahawks walk in there, get a dub, and walk back out. I
Mm-hmm.
don't. I think that might have been a little fluke for the Patriots. They're gonna have to prove it to me. And if they walk out of that game with a dub, then might be thinking a little differently next week. But as of right now, still have to show it to me. I think since he had a lot of outside stuff that have all involved kind of their play. Um, but yep, give me the Seahawks. The Giants and the Commanders.
Uh, just based off last week's performance, I think we got to go Commanders here. Um, I feel bad for Danny Dimes. But yeah, Jaden Daniels gets his first win as a starter.
I'm gonna go Commanders as well. I think the more that Jaden Daniels is in the league, the more he's gonna develop, the better he's gonna be. The Giants, yeah, Daniels needs to go. Great guy. Wanted to see him succeed, but maybe it's just a place. Maybe he needs to go somewhere else. But the Giants need somebody else there, especially with Neighbors out there doing what he's doing as a rookie. Definitely think they need a new QB. But I've heard that DeVito might start this week. So we'll see.
Um,
Uh,
for
Chargers, Carolina.
I just want to say
Oh,
for
sorry.
I was listening. We did the little Italian, like I don't know what they call this thing, the little hand gesture. Chargers
There's
Panthers.
a there's a there's a TikTok. Give me my money.
That's not an Italian thing though.
No, but no. Chargers, Carolina.
That's Aiden's attempt to keep up with the culture, guys. Don't let them fool you. Uh,
Yeah, so behind.
Chargers Panthers. Chargers start out 2-0. I think Panthers come back, play better, but it's a tough team to come back to play against. What
Hmm.
kind of defense they got going, how they did last week.
Yeah.
It's interesting with Bryce Young. I was watching this quarterback breakdown of his game film against the Saints. Um, his footwork looked pretty bad. I ain't gonna lie. Needs to put in a little bit more work, but I think that team's gonna be okay. They're gonna play better. I don't think they win, but they're gonna look like an NFL team, I guess, come Sunday. At least I hope for just Panthers fans' sakes, so they can get some people to go to the game.
Yep.
But yeah,
I agree. I think the Chargers walk in there and walk out with the dub. Um, J.K. Dobbs, is he back? Maybe. Had a
maybe.
he had a he had a good turnout last game. I've always been really high on Justin Herbert ever since he came out of Oregon. I told you I thought he was going to be a good quarterback in the league. I think he still is. If they can just get one big playmaker on the outside as an outside receiver, or if they can develop one, I think that could turn that team into something dangerous. They already beefed up their offensive line to give Herbert some time. I think if he just has the weapons to throw to, I think they could be a good team. But yeah, I don't think they have a problem with Carolina. Browns Jacksonville.
You go first.
All right. Give me Jacksonville. Uh, Browns, I think, are struggling right now, especially with Watson. I think he's been out of football for a little too long. Not in the right headspace with everything that's going on outside of the field, outside of the sport. Jacksonville, I think they did pretty good last week. Um, so I think they're just gonna pick up where they left off and finish the job this time. Who'd they play last week?
Dolphins.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
second. Yeah.
I think they're gonna win.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jacksonville too. Too many distractions with the Browns right now. Their quarterback getting more legal trouble. I mean, not more legal trouble, but it's like he's got another case on him, getting brought up and all that, and just didn't play well last week. Uh, Jaguars played great on defense against Dolphins last week, so Browns might face some similar struggles. And so I think it'll turn into people are going to ask for Jameis Winston to start if Deshaun doesn't figure it out and start producing a little bit more. Um, but yeah, give me the Jags.
Las Vegas Raiders versus Baltimore. Definitely got Baltimore. They looked good against KC. Just a toe. Just a toe. I did see something that was pretty funny and said that if it was Deion Sanders, they wouldn't have had to worry about it. But
That's funny.
obviously, uh, but no, I do think that even against KC, they were saying that they didn't play their best game, and I did think that they played pretty good. So if they can only get better, I think the biggest thing for me is really utilizing Henry and Lamar. If you can really pack the box and get Lamar on the outside, that's going to hurt a lot of teams. And then if Lamar can hurt you with the throw, I mean, that's a defense nightmare, right? You go right up the gut, you can go outside, and you can hit wide receivers in stride. Like, that's just seems terrible, but seems pretty good for the offense. So once Baltimore kind of figures all that out, which I do think that they will, they're going to start rolling. So give me Baltimore.
Yeah. Give me Baltimore. Um, I think they got some inconsistent O line play against the Chiefs. I mean, Chiefs also have a good D line, so and Ravens had to replace a few O linemen this past offseason. So once their O line gets a little more consistent play, Lamar a little more consistency on some of his throws, I think Baltimore's going to be pretty solid. It's going to be a question of if they can get past Patrick and the Chiefs really.
Oh,
Yeah, give me Baltimore, and they cover. I think Raiders are struggling, so
Los Angeles Rams versus Arizona. I got the Rams. I thought they looked good. Um, Stafford had a couple throws that I was like, that's not really him. He doesn't really do that, but I think he cleans it up, especially against Arizona. I think Kyler Murray is kind of going through it right now. I saw him say something about it's not his job to get Marvin Harrison Jr. the ball, and I thought that was hilarious because I was like, what is your job?
it makes no
I
sense.
know that the offensive coordinator and the coaches draw up plays, but I know that they're not stupid. I know that they can see him being wide open, and it's your decision to do what you want with the ball, not the coaches. Um, but hopefully they can start figuring it out. But I do think the Rams walk in there and get the dub.
Um, I'm surprised the line is or the spread is as close as it is. But Cardinals did show some flashes. They're not going to be a walkover team by any means, but give me the Rams. Um, they missed out on a big opportunity to win last week. But yeah, I like the Rams in this one.
Pittsburgh, Denver, give me the Broncos.
Wow.
Yep. Give me the Broncos. I think Fields is kind of struggling with Pittsburgh right now, and I think Bo Nix had his first little taste at NFL competition. I think he kind of goes back to the film all week this week, and he comes out and is a little more sharp. And I think their team plays a little better. Really hope that their O-line can hold blocks for a little bit to let Bo Nix kind of develop the play and go through his reads. But yep, give me the Broncos.
There we go. I think you're crazy. Give me the Steelers. I don't. TJ Watt's playing all game. I don't know if they can stop him.
You're right,
Um,
but I can hope.
and Broncos defense played all right. I think the Steelers offense will have a little bit more success than they did against Atlanta. I think Atlanta played a good defensive game last week. Yeah, I like Pittsburgh going into Bronco country. Let's ride and ride now with the W.
Yep. Cincy Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs. I think there's a lot of stuff happening in Cincy that is just kind of rattling them right now. I think they will get it under control here in hopefully the next couple weeks. But right now, I think the Chiefs are looking really good. Patrick Mahomes and his weapons. I don't know if you can stop them, but as of right now, I don't see anybody stopping them right now. So give me the Chiefs.
Give me the Bengals. I think we're quick to forget. They might be playing at Arrowhead, but it's Burrowhead.
All right.
But Bengals look shaky. I think that's just not enough reps in the preseason. Burrow's still feeling out his wrist. Jamar Chase didn't practice as much, so now that they're getting more in the swing of things, I like the Bengals to respond after a poor loss. And when Bengals play the Chiefs, intensity goes up. It's always fun games to watch.
Then the primetime game that night, Bears versus Houston. Was not impressed with Caleb Williams last week.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason they won the game was because of their defense and their special teams. If they didn't block that punt, not sure if they would have won the game. And then obviously the 2 picks helped them. But if you don't block the punt, I don't think Will Levis rushes those and tries to do all that stuff. So give me Houston. I think the Houston game last week was a good tune-up game for them against the Colts. Kind of shocked themselves with how good that the Colts came back and fought. But their run game right now is pretty good, and if the Bears can't stop it, then I don't see them stopping it as well. And it's at Houston, first home game of the season. Yeah, give me the Texans.
Yeah, I like Texans. Fought off some adversity last week against a solid Colts team. Like I said, with the Bengals, Caleb should have had more preseason reps. Yeah, I think they'll eventually figure it out. That offense is too talented to not figure it out. But I think they play better this week. But I think Texans' offense is a step up. Their defense is maybe not as good as Tennessee's, but it's up there. They had some crazy off-season additions, and Caleb's first true road game, prime time. Texans got something to cheer for now. They're gonna be rocking. They're really behind that team now. It's gonna be a tough one, I think. You know, Texans pull it out. I think they win handily.
Last game, Falcons Philly. Give me the Eagles.
That's it.
That's all I got. Give
Yeah.
me the Eagles.
The Eagles.
I think they played pretty well for how bad the grass was in Brazil.
Yeah.
Now they're back at home. First home game, they're gonna be fired up. I think the Falcons are a little rattled right now on Kirk Cousins, but I'm not saying. I think that the Eagles are gonna go in and handle business.
Yeah. Give me the Eagles. I think Falcons need a couple more games to figure out their offensive woes. Um, Eagles defense isn't as good as Steelers, so they're going to play better on offense due to that. But Eagles offense is a lot better than Steelers offense, so they're not going to just kick 6 field goals. They're going to put some points on the board, and I don't think Alex is going to be able to keep up with that. Too many weapons to stop an offense, but
Yep.
give me the Eagles.
All right. Well, that's all of our picks. College, underdogs, and NFL.
Yep.
Go ahead and let us know if you think those are good picks, what your thoughts are on the picks,
Yep.
and if there's anything else you want us to cover, definitely do that.
Yep.
Talk about other things. Pack six, that's kind of crazy. I do like how they're bringing in Boise State. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how the other ones are right now, but we'll
Yeah.
see if they can rebuild that Pac-12 conference. Anthony Richardson's throws. I don't know if you saw them. He shows glimpses of something that he can be, just if he stays consistent with it.
Needs of the reps, I think.
Mhm. But anything else you wanted to hit on?
Oh, please, I want y'all to get in the comments and talk trash about my Saints, please. I know y'all want to. Please, let's do it. Down to debate. I can't wait for the Saints to show y'all something crazy on Sunday.
Well, let's hope for your Tigers over there in LSU on Saturday can pull that off. So then it could be a good weekend for you.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get shown a lot this weekend, good or bad. I'm ready for it. My mental fortitude's gonna be strong. That's all I know.
All right. Well, great weekend full football,
Yep.
full sports. Got got a lot of things coming up, so hopefully this is a good weekend for some football, and then I'll talk about it on Monday.
Yep. Sounds good. We'll see y'all next week. Enjoy football, and can't wait to show y'all something crazy on Monday. All right. See ya.
Peace.